Hello, everybody. Happy New Year's. It is January 1st in the morning here in Southern California, and I wanted to get the year started with a video, so I decided to do one that's called my top favorite solo games played in 2023. This doesn't mean the game might have been created solo only, and it might have been created multiplayer, which I played solo only, or it might have been multiplayer that had a solo AI in it. It's just that I played them solo, and it does not mean they came out in 2023. This just happens to be the ones that I played in 2023. So if you were up a little while ago, you probably saw I had to shut it down because it, for some reason, this refused to let me share the screen. So we're going to try to get this thing going and see what happens here today on this one here. All right, there we go. So far, the slideshow is up, and this is working this time. This is the title of the favorite game. My favorite games played solo in 2023. Stick around, see if you like any of them. Leave some comments, whether you're watching it live, if you can leave comments, or afterwards, if you're watching it recorded, leave some comments. What game did you play solo in 2023 that you like, was your favorite, that you had the most fun with? So here I go with I'll review the games that I played. There's only about 7 or 8 of them, and then I'll list the top 3 that I liked. Okay. All right, the first 2. On the left, we have The Lost Ruins of Arnak. It came out in 2020. As you can see, it's a strategy game for family, 1 to 4 players, 30 to 120 minutes playtime, and has a BGG overall rating of 28, pretty high. And it's 2.91 on the learning scale. 2.5 is about the medium because it's out of 9. Played this solo. I have played it in the past, multiplayer, but in 2023, I only played it solo. Had a good time. One on the right, Firefly Misbehaving. It is a deck building game. Came out in 2022, and I picked it up basically because of the Firefly IP, and it's a science fiction theme card game. Of course, it being a deck builder for 2 to 4 players. I played it solo, but I played it 2-handed while learning it. 60 minutes. As you can see, it does not have a very good overall rating with BGG, 15,012, and it's a 3.00 on the learning scale. All right, next ones that I played. On the left, Moon Lake. Moon Lake was designed by Alexander Pfister, who is one of my favorite designers. Other games that I own and have played by him are Great Western Trails and Maracaibo. But this is the one that I played in 2023. It came out in 2021. Last year in 2023, I played it both solo, and I also played it multiplayer. But this is talking about solo. It's a strategy game, 1 to 4 players. A little bit higher on the playtime, 80 to 160 minutes, with an overall rating of 456. Learning curve, as you can see, is moving up the scale on the higher side, 3.78 out of 5. But it's not that it's that difficult to learn. It's just that there's quite a few things going on in the game at the same time that you have to, kind of track and pay attention to. Okay, on the right is Imperial Settlers, Empires of the North. This came out in 2020. It's a strategy game for 1 to 4 players, 45 to 90 minute playtime, and the overall BGG 459, 2.8 on the learning scale, difficulty scale, which however you want to run it. This is a family of games that have come out. First, it was Imperial Settlers, and then it was 51st State, and then it was another one that I have. I can't remember the name of it now. The 51st Master State. Then this one. And last year in 2023, they also released Imperial Miners, which I own, but I have not played yet. I played this one, though, 2023. Next, on the left, we have Endless Winter Paleo Americans. Came out in 2022. It's a strategy game for 1 to 4 players, 60 to 120 minutes with a Board Game Geek of rating overall of 271 and 3.28 on the learning scale. Again, this the higher scale because there's a lot of things going on. This is actually a deck builder, worker placement, and set collection game all into one. Fun game. But that's why the rating goes up higher on those. Then on the right, we have Final Girl. It came out in 2021. It's a thematic solo-only game. 20 to 60 minutes, BGG rating of 168, 2.64 learning skill. This is a horror game. The picture that you see up there is from the game comes with a core box game and then movies. And this was just from the Camp Happy Trails movie, which is like a Jason themed type one. And it came out, when it first came out, it came out on a Kickstarter that I liked, and I forgot all about it and didn't get ordered at Kickstarter. Then the second Kickstarter came out, and I saw it, I liked it, again, forgot about it, didn't order. So I've been picking up the pieces as I go along now this year. Really like it. I taught one of my friends how to play it during the marathon. They played it. They didn't beat it. I have not beat it yet. Okay. It's a hard solo game, but it's fun. Anybody that knows me knows that I like sci-fi movies and horror movies. So this fits right in the theme for me. So that's Final Girl. All right. Then I think this next slide is the last one I played solo in 2023. It is Legendary Marvel Studios. The first 10 years, Phase 1. Don't know if they'll do a Phase 2. I'll tell you about that why in a minute. This came out in 2018, so it's been out for 5 years. But as a completionist, I own the original Legendary Marvel box game, and I probably own every expansion to it. All right, the big difference of this one is the only one that is open. I opened this one up because a lot of people don't like it because all of the original and everything came with these nice design graphics and so forth on it. And this one uses pictures, screenshots from the movies. And a lot of people didn't like it. It didn't matter to me. But this is the only one I got open. And the only expansion I got open for it is Painted Town. And that's Spider-Man one that uses the screenshots from the movie also. So that, I keep them together as consistency. As you can see, it's a thematic deck builder for 1 to 5 players, 30 to 60 minutes. It's got a BDG overall rating of 5273 with a learning scale of 2.40. Now, that's pretty high. That's pretty high on that learning scale, but I think it was 2 reasons. That's 5 years since it's been out. And also the people that disliked it because of the pictures. I think if they did a survey and they said just for overall play, not the pictures or anything, it would probably get a higher one. But I don't know. All right, so that completes the list of the ones that I played. So I am going to list my favorite 3 games that I played, starting with number 3. And these are doesn't mean that these are better than any of the other games. It just means that I had more fun with them in 2023. And that's what I decided when I was making the list. And here we go with number 3. Boone Lake. You probably could have guessed that when I said that I own a couple other Alexander Pfister games. This is a fun game, solo or multiplayer. And don't get scared away because of that high 3.78 rating. If you like Great Western Trails, you'll like this one too. It's like I said, just a lot of things going on that you have to track in it. So that is my number 3 for 2023, Boone Lake by Alexander Pfister. Number 2 is Endless Winter Paleo Americans. I pulled this out a couple times in 2023 and played it. It's got a really nice AI on it for solo play. And so does the Boone Lake one, but I say it's a deck builder. And it's also worker placement. And it's also set collection. A lot of things going on. And that's what drives it up to 3.28 on the rating. But it is fun. One of my goals for 2024 is to get this one played multiplayer with other people. I have not been able to do that yet. That'll be my goal. So that's my number 2 for 2023 is Endless Winter, Paleo Americans. Okay. So you guys go down there, put it in the remarks section which games you liked, which ones of these that you liked the most, and which games did you play in 2023 solo that you played, and which ones did you like the most? So number 1 on my list for having the most fun, my favorite, not better than other games, my favorite number 1 in 2023 was Final Girl. Yes, this is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool, a hard horror game, solo only movie. I say movie because that's what it's called, the core box, and then the games come out in the movies. And I've been piecing those together. And they just did recently have a Kickstarter for a season 3 of movies, 5 more movies, and I did back it this time. And completionist, I really like this game. I don't know if I'll ever play all of those movies, but I did. But I got them anyway. So that was my top favorite solo played games of 2023. I want to thank you all for stopping by and thank you for your support. And again, wish you a happy new year. Everybody stay safe and have a good finish up the holiday season because we're still in the 12 days of Christmas. Anyway, so SoCalSabre saying take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other and stay safe out there.